On Britain's streets, a battle is raging. Over 11 million of us rent.
I'm freaking out. I'm terrified.
But thousands fall victim to rogue landlords.
It's just the worst property I've seen.
2 million of us are private landlords.
He's owed almost £10,000 in rent.
But many face financial ruin at the hands of bad tenants.
Supposed to be out by yesterday.
Well, we're still here.
Get your hands up.
I had a nervous breakdown for the first time ever in my life.
I'm not going back on the street, no way.
In this series, we're on the front line with the enforcement officers who crack down on rogue landlords.
There's a lot of scams going on.
This is gross exploitation. It just can't continue.
And the experts, whose job it is to evict bad tenants.
This kind of stump boils my blood.
It can be a little bit scary at times.
Oh,
Hey!
go!
We called a police! We called a police!
In this episode,
I feel so nervous. I'm actually shaking right now.
a dispute between a landlady and tenant reaches boiling point on eviction day.
Now, I'd like you to go down the end of the road before I call the police.
Housing officers get a shock
Why are you hiding? Come here!
when they raid a suburban home.
I don't know what is going on.
And squatters take over a community church.
For what you've done, you should be apologizing to the community.
Eviction lawyer Chris Sharp has an unusual case on his hands. He's serving notice to a group of squatters who are occupying a local community church.
I'll be honest, this is a first for me in terms of squatters at a church.
3 months ago, Ghanaian ministers Reverend Sarpong and Ibrahim Farouk leased an empty 19th century church in the heart of Liverpool. They want to launch their ministry and set up a community centre here. So they were shocked to discover the gates had been locked and a group of squatters had moved in.
My client wants them out because they're setting up a ministry and they can't because these guys are in there. We've been told that there could be quite a few people, but they're showing no signs of wanting to leave. It's a big old place.
Chris needs to serve the notice in person, but there's a problem.
Fantastic. Looks like they've padlocked the gates. 8-foot fence, padlock gate. Don't make it easy for you. I said about 8 foot. I think you underestimated it. That's not opening. What I'm thinking is I'm going to try and get onto this land. It might be slightly easier to access that fence. In. We have to put these people on notice that we're taking proceedings to get them out. So making these signs visible puts them on notice that we are here to notify them that there's a court hearing coming up. Changes in the law over the last few years has meant that squatting a residential property is now illegal. It's far less problematic if they go for an empty commercial unit, a factory, a corner shop, or a church. So what I've got here is a usual notice saying that they are now occupying. Right, I'll give it a knock. This place is a big old church. You could just make out silhouettes at the back. Hello? Hi. I'm here on behalf of the ministry who's taken over this property. All my client wants to know is how long you're staying for. You're staying indefinitely? I'm being told I'm being incredibly rude. All we want to do is give you these notices and then we'll be on our way. OK, what I'll do, I'll hand them through, OK? There you go. OK? There are other members of the community other than yourselves that want to use this property. He's walked away from that argument. I'll leave that with you anyway. OK, thank you. They were saying something about they've got a legal right to be in there. No, they haven't. Absolute nonsense. They're unlawfully occupying. They are trespassers, squatters. Cut it however way you want to. They are not meant to be in there, and they have got no legal right to be in there, no matter what they say.
One of the squatters comes to the gate to talk.
We currently have occupation of the building. We have the legal standing to be in this grounds. You haven't give us any proper notice. You haven't been invited onto the property.
Whatever arguments they have, well, the correct forum is in court next week. So we'll wait till next week and let's see which way it goes.
Chris and the ministers will now have to take their case to court. They can only hope the judge rules in their favour. It's 11 a.m. and landlady Sina Tahiri is about to evict her tenant, Cindy Sparks, from her 3-bed semi. Cindy hasn't paid a penny in rent for the past 4 months and owes over £3,500.
It has actually been a very stressful time for me because she's been giving us a lot of grief. I have been chasing her for rent for a while, which has caused me a lot of stress. I've got family of my own, I've got children at home.
Relations between landlord and tenant have become increasingly sour.
Every month she was late on the rent, she was not paying on time, and we were chasing her regularly. She was very aggressive. She pushed me, she actually grabbed me by my throat.
Sina called the police, but there were no witnesses to the alleged assault, and no further action was taken.
I'm actually very scared. I've been really, really worried about today, thinking about what's going to happen, how she's going to react.
Helping with today's eviction is lawyer Chris Sharp.
Sina is nervous, Sina is worried, and she's losing sleep over this. This is how bad it's affecting her. This tenant, if she's there, hopefully she won't be, but if she's there, I think it might just kick off. Hi, Sina.
Hello, nice to meet you, Chris.
I've just come past the property. They're actually getting packed up now and going. Should we go down and see what their plan is?
OK, let's go.
Most landlords on the day of an eviction are nervous. It goes without saying. But Sina was more nervous than most landlords I've ever seen. And we were dealing with a potential powder keg here with this tenant. Hello, guys. OK. Are you Cindy? Hi, Cindy. Cindy, obviously you know Sina, the landlady.
We're moving out, so I ain't got time for this.
We just need to know how you're going to pay the £3,500 that you owe her.
Yeah.
When's that happening?
When I moved out. So I'd like you to just piss off now, please. Otherwise I'll call the police.
We're just waiting for the bailiffs.
No, you're arresting me while I'm trying to move out. Now I'd like you to go down the end of the road before I call the police.
But what we'll do, we'll wait here until 11:30.
Shut your mouth, then.
OK. Fine, you call the police. A waste of time, because we're not doing anything. It's not like we're committing a criminal offence. So my sympathy just dwindles and dwindles until the point it just goes poof.
I feel so nervous. I don't even want to go and face her, actually, to be very honest. I'm actually shaking right now.
Yeah, well, do you know what? What never fails to amaze me in these situations is you've got a tenant here who had notice served on them months ago.
Yeah.
They've had to be taken to court. They owe you nearly £4,000.
Yes.
You turn up here having got the bailiffs, and they act like that. Well, looks like who's called the police then?
Though no laws have been broken, Cindy, the tenant, appears to have called the police.
This is Sina. She's the landlady. There's a court order and a bailiff eviction today at 11:30. We've got here about 11:10. We're going to wait until the bailiff can go in at 11:30, and that's it. The tenants are a little bit aggressive.
While the police officers speak with Cindy, the bailiff arrives to start the eviction.
You've got a contact number so you can get the remainder of her stuff.
I've got what, sorry?
A contact number.
Yeah, we can give her a contact number, yeah.
And I've told them it's got to be done within the next 7 days.
Yeah, but they're not coming in without supervision.
That's right.
To be honest, I wouldn't feel safe to come back and face her again. So it has to be accompanied by a police or somebody or bailiffs again for them to come into the property.
Yeah. Is everything okay, officer?
Finally, Cindy leaves.
Thanks ever so much. I'll sign the warrant off for you.
You're going to do a supervised visit?
Yeah.
OK, and then she'll get it all out once and you'll be here all the time.
That's great.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Cheers now.
It's a huge relief for Sina. After 4 months with no rent, she's got her house back.
There's no real damage.
No,
that is the only saving grace here.
Yes, yeah.
Most of this mess will go with them in a few days' time.
Yeah, okay.
You got a lawnmower?
I don't think the lawnmower will do the job because it's really heavily overgrown. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at those beautiful little things. Hello. Most people take the pets first.
Yeah.
Children second, goods third. Oh dear. Now you've got the property back, Sina, what I would suggest that you do is keep them fed. There's some food there, keep them watered.
Yeah.
And if they don't come back to pick up the stuff and pick these up at the same time, then I think the RSPCA will need to be called.
Okay.
And they may well take them away.
Okay.
Well, Sina, you've got your property back.
Thank you, yeah,
and
thank you very much.
It's not in bad condition. Bye-bye now.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Sina cannot relax just yet. Her angry former tenant still has to return to collect her things. In Harrow, Council Enforcement Officer Ozzy Al-Bayrak and Team Leader Joe Smith are leading a surprise raid on a 3-bed semi. Rubbish has been piling up outside and neighbours are suspicious that it's being illegally let out to lots of people.
Hello. Hello. Coming from Harrow Council?
Yes.
I want to know how many people in this house?
It's 10.
10 people? Yes. Can we come in? It's really cold. I'll take some details, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you got children?
Yeah.
So basically we've got a newborn here, 4 months old baby.
Yeah.
And then husband? Yes?
It looks like there are far more than 10 people living here, including very young children.
You got mattresses stuck up. How many people are staying here?
3 people.
3? Well, there's 2 doubles and 1 single, so surely more than that. I felt quite disturbed about this property in particular, simply because there were children involved. Can you write your names for me, please? We have to do our job and make sure that they're safe. It seems like a lot more than 3 in the next room. I think it's more than that. There's more than 10 people living here, definitely. I think there was literally between 25 to 30 people. Hello? Who's there? I just had this instinct that I needed to go outside the garden. I don't know what he's doing. One of the males was hiding with his head stuck into the mattress and the rest of his body is sticking out. Hello? Darling? What are you doing here? There's 2 of them here. You guys are living here? What are you guys doing here? Oh Oh my God! You scared me! There's somebody else? There's another one in there. I don't know what is going on.
It's unclear whether the 4 men are using the 2 sheds to sleep in or are simply afraid of the housing officers.
Why are you hiding? Come here! There's another one down there. Darling, come outside. What are you doing? Come. Come. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? What happened?
No.
Huh? Why are you hiding? He probably thought we're from immigration or something to do with tax, because that's what they're scared of mainly.
Inside the house, there's a breakthrough. The team identifies the man on the tenancy agreement who is subletting the house to the others.
So you got all these people here.
Yes.
You know you shouldn't have done that.
It's normal.
It's not normal, darling. Too many people here.
I know.
Okay, and there's fire risk. I understand what you're saying. I wish I could tell you. I have no answers for that. I understand it's expensive in England, but like this, God forbid, if there's fire, you guys may be not able to escape.
Now Ozzy has proof this house is illegally overcrowded and knows it's a subtenant who's responsible.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Her next step is to contact the landlord. She has no idea whether he's aware of what's going on.
Hello there, good afternoon. I am calling from Harrow Council. We've been to your property. There was minimum 15 people in your property. So you knew about this situation. Okay, so you served them a notice. Now you're waiting to hear from the court when they're gonna basically be vacating the property. Wow, fantastic news. All right, bye-bye. He seems really fed up himself that the tenants are not paying rent and they're destroying the property. What's important here is the health and safety of the tenants and protecting their well-being.
It's good news for the council. The landlords are in the process of eviction, which means the dangerous exploitation of the tenants should be over. It's been 5 days since lawyer Chris Sharp served notice to a bunch of squatters who've taken over a Liverpool church. He's on his way to court, hoping to win a possession order.
You know, this is important to my clients because, you know, they're wanting to introduce this church back into the community, and by these guys who are in there, you know, pulling down the shutters and barricading themselves in, they're basically giving 2 fingers to the community. It's simply unacceptable. We will get our property back. We absolutely will get those people out of there.
Waiting for Chris are Reverend Sarpong and Ibrahim Farouk.
Morning, Reverend. How are you doing?
Their ambition is to launch their ministry in a community centre in the church, but so far they've not been able to set foot inside.
I tried to enter into dialogue with them, but they turn around like, you are not supposed to be here, you are trespassing.
They were trying to say they have right to occupy the property.
I don't know if the guys who were in the property will be turning up today. They did make it clear to us, though, when I served the papers, that they had no intentions of leaving and they wanted to stay as long as they could. There's no such thing as squatters' rights. Simple as that. There are hurdles that a landlord has to go through, but when somebody breaks in or somebody takes occupation of a property that does not belong to them, they do not have any rights per se at that point.
It's so frustrating because most of our projects house people on the street.
Yes.
Is giving out warm clothes.
Yes.
Jackets, blankets, including cups of tea.
Yes.
And our intention was to open up a cafe within the building so that many people can come.
Well, look, let's try and at least secure the order for possession. Okay, let's go then, guys. Cheers.
Chris presents his case to the judge. and so do the squatters, who are able to delay the eviction on a technicality.
It would appear that the defendants who turned up were claiming that because it's an old building, that there's an issue with the address. So what the judge has asked is that just for further clarification as to the actual address. So hopefully it'll be a few more days and we'll get that rectified. The Reverends are lovely people, and they were a little bit, how can you, probably shell-shocked that this was happening to them.
It's so frustrating because we have plans, you know, and all this, it's really become what do I say, a bit difficult for us.
All that happens in these cases is it just delays the inevitable. But it made the Reverend's resolve even stronger. And it was then just a ticking clock. They were going to get evicted.
Chris will return to court. If he gets the result he wants, bailiffs will then remove the squatters by force if necessary. In Harrow, enforcement officers Andrew Sedman and Sheetal Rajani are paying a visit to a landlord, Mr. Branka. They have spent the past 2 months attempting to force the landlord to bring his rental property up to scratch.
Initially, we had a complaint about overcrowding there, but we discovered there's a lot of disrepair in the property. I had a quick look at the property when we attended the suspected overcrowding issue, and you could see, just by having a very quick look, that it's pretty terrible in there. This property's been going on for ages. It's one of these cases very difficult to deal with.
Hello.
Hello.
They last paid Mr. Branka a visit 2 months ago, and he assured them everything would be fixed.
That looks pretty awful. Can we check the bathroom? Pretty dreadful. It's horrible. We've got trip hazards here on the liner. Quite bad hazard behind the door here as well. Someone my height, that could go directly into my eyes. Yeah, these would do a lot of damage. There's a lot of disrepair here. Needs sorting out immediately. There's a lot of hazards in here. This window ledges aren't good. So crack window?
Okay, yeah.
We were putting a lot of pressure on him to get the place fixed up. And at first, he seemed to be playing ball, but it was certainly going downhill.
Mr. Branka has 4 tenants, each paying £480 a month. Kelvin is one of them.
Lots of hygiene issues to the place. As you can see, that should be put in the museum. The bathroom. Maybe you should go to his house and have a look in it, in the conditions how he lives to how he lets people live.
Kelvin, are you using the kitchen for cooking facility? You don't use it?
I don't walk in there.
No.
Andrew and Sheetal discover why Kelvin is reluctant to use the communal kitchen.
Right, where to start? All these cables in here, just loose like that. A defective plug socket hanging off the wall there. When you've got things boiling and steam can get into that. Yeah, quite a lot of work in here to do. As an understatement. It's pretty terrible in there. It was a licensed HMO, but things change, things deteriorate, things don't get fixed, especially when it's not being managed.
The property is still in a terrible state. Andrew and Sheetal order the landlord to make urgent repairs, and they will return soon to make sure he complies.
Kitchen, he says he's been working on it for 6 months, but I'm not convinced. To me, it looks like it hasn't been touched since the thing was built. It's terrible.
2 weeks ago, Sina evicted her non-paying tenant, Cindy. Today, Cindy is set to collect her belongings.
As you can see, the room is full of stuff, so we are just packing everything, leaving it outside for her. I've got my family, my brothers and sisters, to help me pack and shift everything in the front garden. I'm actually very nervous. My heart is beating really fast, and yeah. Jay, a van just arrived, so I don't know if it's Cindy. There's a van just right here.
The landlord and tenant had a rocky relationship, so Sina is hoping there won't be any trouble.
The lady's not here herself? I don't think she's coming. That's what he said as well. That's the ex-husband, by the way.
Okay. She hasn't got the guts to come and face everything, obviously, because she's the guilty party.
The tenant hasn't turned up, but the police have.
Hello?
I'm looking for the caller.
Who called you?
Are you the caller?
Okay.
Who lives here at the moment?
Nobody. Cindy used to live here.
Okay, where's Cindy now?
She's been kicked out.
Okay.
And now we are trying to remove her items. The chaps are here to collect the items.
Okay. Are you landlord?
Yes, she's the landlord lady. I'm her brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Cheers.
I think Cindy must have called her because I haven't called her. And why should we call the police? Because we haven't done anything wrong.
Hi, can I speak to Cindy, please? She told me that she will pay the outstanding rent, everything today. I'm asking if she's making that payment today?
Oh.
She just hung up the phone.
The tenant's pet rabbits are still in the back garden.
I had to make special arrangements for someone to come feed them and water them. And yesterday, one of the rabbits actually literally collapsed. And it was not moving at all. Yeah. I think the best thing is if you guys drop them to an RSPCA, take them straight there. Please make sure that something happens, yeah, to the rabbits, yeah. Okay, thanks, yeah. That's it, all over.
It's taken over 4 months to get her angry tenant out and cost her £4,000 in lost rent and legal fees. But for Sina, her ordeal is finally over.
It's a big day for me, actually, seeing that there is no sign of Cindy in my house anymore. Hopefully we will get the property back into shape and move on from here.
Have a better day.
Yeah, I hope so.
Cindy Sparks responds that with regard to the allegations she attacked her landlady, she was cleared of unlawful behaviour after a police interview. She maintained she was constantly harassed in the build-up to the eviction. She claims that the maintenance of the garden was the landlord's responsibility. She also alleges her daughter's bed was broken when her belongings were removed from the house. Enforcement officers Andrew Sedman and Sheetal Rajani are returning to inspect Mr. Branka's property again.
So I hope he's pulled his finger out, kept his promises and turned the place around.
The landlord's been dragging his heels in getting essential repairs done.
Mr. Branka.
I'm here.
So far, the landlord's had 5 months to fix up the home he rents out to 4 tenants.
You've been busy, sir. The work surface is good. The floor is good. Yeah, it's good.
Better than before. Yeah, much better
very
than
good.
before.
Yeah.
It's clear the landlord has been busy, but in the bedrooms, there's still a serious issue. The doors can only be locked from inside with keys, which means they aren't up to modern safety standards.
What you need to do is install a thumb lock device on this that will fit it, and they just turn it and lock it without using a key.
Unless you change the whole thing, the whole system,
You probably have to do
you
that
cannot
then.
do that.
Yeah, I would advise doing that then, sir.
It's been like that now for 30 years, you know, so...
Standards have certainly changed in the last 30 years, so this is something we do require.
You know, to change a special lock, it costs £100 each.
But
No, that's a bit too much. They have got a key, you know, they don't need to lock it.
thing is, if they do lock it and lose the key, that's it. Situation where there's fire, they could have their key.
Sorry, no, I won't have that.
Well, we'll see about that, sir. It needs to be sorted out.
There are limits, all right? There are limits. Take me to court. Take me to court if you want me, but I'm not changing.
I often ask myself, why do landlords behave like this? Why? Those people in there, their lives are at stake and you're responsible.
This is the fourth time Andrew and Sheetal have visited Mr. Branka. Very good, very understanding.
We've been very reasonable to him.
You know, when that doesn't work, you just have to press another button.
The officers will return for a final time. Mr. Branka must bring his property up to scratch or face losing his license to rent it out. It's just after dawn in Liverpool. Today, the squatters who've taken over this 19th century church are set to be evicted. Lawyer Chris Sharp has won a possession order on behalf of its leaseholders, Reverend Sarpong and Ibrahim Farouk.
Morning. How are you? All right?
Good, thanks.
Yeah?
Good.
Well, finally, the morning's come.
Yes.
Very early, I know, but it's always the best way.
It is.
Catch people unaware, and also, with it being so early, might be a bit of commotion. Best that there's no masses watching as well.
They've been tipped off that there are up to 20 squatters living in the church. So Chris has brought in a large team of High Court sheriffs to carry out the eviction.
Good to see you again.
Evictions like this can turn nasty.
We'll basically follow Mark's lead. Simple as that. Okay. If he says, stay there, we stay there.
Yeah, best thing for you to do is just stand the other side of the road, maybe, and just watch whatever's going on until we've got control of it. But it's a big old building. So.
Tensions are high. The Reverends are nervous, I'm nervous, I dare say the sheriffs are even nervous.
You just got to be on your toes, really. Expect the worst, and then if it's any better than that, you've had a result, haven't you?
Wire cutters make gaining entry to the site easy, but the element of surprise is still key, as with just one door into the actual church, the squatters could easily barricade themselves in.
I can't see anything behind it, no barricades or anything.
Once we're in, hopefully it should be over in a few minutes. Hopefully.
Get the red, get the red.
You always know the sheriffs mean business when they call for the ram. That right, yeah?
Yeah, that's where the lock is. Oh, I do.
If nothing else, it should wake them up if they're in there.
They finally have access, but still no idea who or what awaits inside. In Liverpool, High Court sheriffs have entered a church that's been illegally squatted for 12 months.
Sheriff's office!
Yeah. All right, got written possession for this address. Yeah, you need to pack your stuff up. You need to leave straight away. Yeah. Any issues you'll be removed. Yeah, but if you just get on with it, it's fine. How many people in here? 2. What, in this room? That one and this one. Right.
Morning.
Morning.
Right, how long have I got to pack up my stuff?
Well, pretty much half an hour. You've had several months, so half an hour, yeah?
Yeah, OK then.
That little room over there.
Eviction lawyer Chris Sharp has been handling the case.
To show just how organised these people are, they've got a little crib sheet here. If the cops come to the door, here's what to say or not to say.
There are far fewer squatters today than Chris had feared. But it's clear that many more people have been living in the church.
There's lots of rooms in here. I think there's been tens of people here from time to time. Oh, just look at that. Look at that. Just disgrace. Oh, it stinks as well.
As the two remaining squatters pack their stuff, Reverend Sarpong and Ibrahim, who own the lease, enter their church for the first time.
You OK, mate? Hello, how's it going there?
Yeah, great, yeah. You okay?
How are you?
Fine, thank you, fine, thank you, yeah. Sorry we have to get to this point.
I know, you've got to do what you got to do, eh? Yeah, I've been here since September last year, so yes, it's been a while. I was sleeping rough after my universal credit was stopped, you know.
This man's been living here for almost a year.
It's felt like my home, yeah. It feels nice. My goal is to survive as best I can, to be safe, to be happy, and just, you know, just make the best of things in general. Lots of empty buildings in Liverpool, so, you know, we'll find somewhere quite easily.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Really happy, mate. How are you?
Oh, good, good.
The other remaining squatter isn't so friendly.
I will invite you to come and have service with us.
You're a funny man. I understand 11 million homeless people across Europe and 3 to 4 million empty homes. I understand, yeah, I understand very well.
For what you've done, you should be apologizing to the community. You get what I mean?
It's fantastic, really top stuff. Very compassionate, a very warm country. And yourselves really make me feel very warm. Especially this man, very friendly looking.
These are just greedy guys, that's who they are. Very selfish guys, you know. They're not even feeling the remorse for what they've done. I mean, it's just not on. This is not on.
You have mixed emotions. You've got to remain absolutely focused on the professional part of it. But you still have an emotional reaction to this. You know, these guys, they weren't hurting anybody, but they were preventing our clients to carry out their dream.
It was never a crazy party place or anything like this. It was purely sanctuary for people who, you know, desperate people. I left the rat race to try and help make the world a better place, raise the conscience of the human family. That's what I've spent over 20 years doing. And to me, it's criminal that any system can leave properties empty for a long time and people on the streets. Right, are you done, Dave?
The two remaining squatters leave.
Good luck. Thanks. Have a nice day.
Like.
And 8 months later than planned, the Reverend and Ibrahim finally have their church.
Okay?
All right.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
But there is a huge job to be done before they can open their ministry and community centre.
Look at the mess.
It's a mess. You look up, it looks wonderful. You look down, shudder a little bit, don't you? Wow. You've got some work ahead of you guys. I think all that leaves for me to say is good luck, because I know you've got one hell of a job ahead of you here.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure helping you guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll see you again. Bye-bye now.
It's quite a lot of work. We never expected this, to be honest. It's come as a shock, but we're going to get there. The most important thing is getting the building. The rest will come. Congratulations. We are finally there. Yes.
It will take the Reverends many months to bring the church up to scratch, but at least now they can get started. In Harrow, enforcement officers Andrew Sedman and Sheetal Rajani are returning for a final time to landlord Mr. Branka's property.
Hello, Mr. Branka. How are you?
Okay.
On their last visit, Mr. Branka refused to carry out vital safety work. This is his last chance to comply, or he will lose his license to rent the rooms out.
The thumb lock's put on. He's done a good job of that. Perfect.
All the doors done.
They're brilliant.
Cost me extra money for nothing. You see, put
Oh,
the
it's
lock,
no, it's not
yeah.
for nothing. This is for your tenants and for you as well. It's very good.
In case of fire, you see, you don't need the key to open.
It's much better. It's transformed,
It's
definitely.
far better than first visit. I knew you would do it. You are a good landlord. I am happy today. Finally. Finally, Mr. Branka, you done the good job.
You made my day. You made my day.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, made my day as well. I'm very happy for the tenants. It's so much better, and that's what we're here to do, make things better for them.
It's taken 12 months to persuade the landlord to do all the work. For the housing officers, it's worth it. They don't want tenants living in unsafe conditions, but nor do they want them to lose their home.
I've needed a push here and there, but hey, it's done.
I do not remember giving my permission for a caravan.
Next time, we return to some of our most dramatic stories. A landlord battles to regain her family home.
I left that house.
A young mother is locked out of her flat after helping a friend.
And he just left me homeless.
We'll have a chat.
The court said you had to be out yesterday.
And a landlord goes head-to-head with a tenant who won't pay up.
You owe us
$5.5 grand.
I'm actually living now.